First, you know Gaius Marcius is chief enemy to the people.
We know it.
We know it.
Let us kill him, and we'll have corn at our own price.
Well, would you proceed specially against Gaius Marcius? Consider you what services he has done for his country.
Very well, and could be content to give him good report for it, but that he pays himself with being proud. That which he hath done famously, he did it to that end. Though men may say it was for his country, he did it to please his mother.
All hail Brutus! All hail Zacchaeus!
What shouts are these? The other side of the city is risen. Why stay we parading here to the capital?
Oh, worthy Menenius Agrippa, one that hath always loved the people.
He's one honest enough, would the rest were so.
What works, my countrymen in hand? The matter, speak, I pray you.
Our business is not unknown to the Senate. They've had inkling this fortnight what we intend to do.
Will you undo yourselves?
We cannot, sir. We're undone already.
I tell you, friends, most charitable care have the patricians of you. For your wants, your suffering in this dearth, you may as well strike at the heavens with your staves as lift them against the Roman state. For the dearth, the gods, not the patricians make it, and your knees to them, not arms, must help. Alack, you are transported by calamity, and you slander the helms of the state who care for you like fathers, when you curse them as enemies.
Care for us, indeed. They ne'er cared for us, yet suffer us to famish. Their storehouse is crammed with grain. Repeal daily any wholesome act established against the rich, while providing more piercing statutes daily to chain up and restrain the poor. If the wars eat us not up, they will, and there's all the love they bear us.
Either you must confess yourselves wondrous malicious or be accused of folly. Examine their counsels and their cares. Digest things rightly, touching the weal of the common. You shall find no public benefit which you receive, but proceeds from them to you, and no way from yourselves. Hail, noble Marcus.
Hail, noble Menenius. What's the matter, you curs? What's the matter, you licentious rogues? Beneath abhorring. What would you have, you curs, that like not peace nor war? The one affrights you and the other makes you proud. He that trusts to you when he should find you lions, finds you hares. With every minute you do change your mind, and call him noble, that was your hate, him vile, that was your garland. What's the matter that in these several places around the city, you speak out against the noble senate, whom under the gods should keep you in awe? Which other would feed upon themselves? What is their seeking?
For corn at their own rates, whereof they say the city is well stored.
Hang 'em! They say. They would presume to know what goes on in the capital. They say there's grain enough. The nobility lay aside their root and let me use my sword.
Nay. These are almost thoroughly persuaded. Although they abundantly lack discretion, yet they are passing cowardly. But I beseech you, what says the other troop?
They're dissolved. They said they were hungry. Threw forth proverbs, which being answered, and a petition granted them, they threw their caps, shouting their emulation.
What has granted them?
2 tribunes to defend their vulgar wisdoms of their own choosing, Sicinius Velutus and Brutus. It is an action that will throw forth greater themes for insurrections are. Go! Get you home, you fragments!
Marcius, 'tis true that you have lately told us the Volscians are in arms.
They have a leader, Tullus Aufidius, that will put you to it.
You have fought together.
We're half to half the world by the ears, and he upon my part. I'd revolt to make my wars only with him. He is a lion that I am proud to hunt.
Then, worthy Marcius, attend upon me to these wars. It is your former promise.
Sir, it is, and I am constant.
Get you to your homes. Be gone.
Nay. Volscians have much corn. Let us take these rats thither to gnaw their garners. Worshipful mutineers! Your valor puts well forth. Pray! Follow! And turn off your cell phones!
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off your cell phones.
Was ever man so proud as is this Marquis has no lead? When we were chosen champions for the people, aren't you? His lips and eyes.
Nay, but his taunt.
The present wars devour him. He's grown too proud to be so valiant.
I do wonder that his insolence can brook to be commanded under Cominius.
Fame cannot better be more retained than by a place below the first. For what miscarries should be the general's fault.
Besides, if things go well, opinion that so sticks on Marcus shall of his demerits rob Cominius.
Let's hence and hear how the dispatch is made and in what fashion.
So your opinion is, Phidias, that they of Rome have entered in our council and know how we proceed?
Is it not yours? Whatever has been thought on in this state that could be brought to bodily act ere Rome had circumvention. 'Tis not 4 days gone since I heard thence I have the letter here. There is a power afoot, but it is not known whether for east or west. Cominius, and Marcius, your old enemy, who is of Rome worse hated than of you, lead on this preparation. Whither 'tis bent, most likely 'tis for you. By this we shall be shortened in our aims, which was to take in many towns ere Rome had circumvention.
Noble Phidias, let us alone to guard Coriolanus. If they set down before us for the remove, bring your arm.
I take your honor's leave. If we and Gaius Marcius should chance to meet, 'tis sworn between us we should ever strike till one can do no more.
The gods assist you.
And keep your honors safe.
I pray you, daughter, sing, or express yourself in a more comfortable sort. If my son were my husband, I should freely rejoice in that absence where he won honor, than the embracements of his bed when he would show most love. When yet he was but tender-bodied, and the only son of my womb, I was pleased to let him seek danger where he was like to find fame. To a cruel war I sent him, from whence he returned, his brows bound with oak. Oh, I tell thee, daughter, I sprang not more in joy at first hearing he was a man-child than now, at first seeing he had proved himself a man.
But had he died in the business, madam, how then?
Well, then his good report should have been my son. Had I a dozen sons, I had rather had 11 die nobly for their country than one voluptuously surfeit out of action. Methinks I hear hither your husband's drum. See him pluck Phidias down by the hair? Oh, methinks I see him stamp thus and call thus. Oh, come on, ye cowards! You were got in Rome, there you were born in fear. Oh, with his bloody brow, his mailed hand then wiping, forth he goes.
Bloody brow, would Jupiter no blood?
Oh, away, you fool! The breasts of Hecuba, when she did suckle Hector, look not lovelier than Hector's forehead when it spit forth blood and Grecian sword.
Please bless my lord from fellow Phidias.
Oh, he'll beat Phidias' head below his knee and tread upon his neck. How does your little son?
Truly, madam, he had rather see the sword and hear the drum than look upon his evil master.
Yes, indeed, he's a noble child. Come, lay aside your stitchery. I must have you play the noble housewife with me this afternoon.
Good madam, I'll not hold the threshold till my lord return from wars.
Come, you shall go with me, and I'll tell you excellent news of your husband.
Good madam, there can be none yet.
There came news from him last night. I heard a senator speak it. The Volscas have an army force, against whom Cominius, the general, has gone with one part of our Roman power. Your lord is set down before their city Coriolanus. They, nothing doubt prevailing, and to make it brief, wars. This is true, on my honor, and so I pray, go with me.
Give me excuse, good madam. I will obey you in everything hereafter.
Well then, farewell.
Has our general met the enemy?
They lie in view, but have not spoke as yet.
Far off lie these armies.
Within this mile and half.
And they shall hear our alarm, and we shall hear theirs. Now, Mars, I prithee, make us quick in work, that we may march from hence to help our fielded friends. Come, blow thy blast.
So now the gates are open. Now for the followers of fortune to widen them, mark me and do the like. Ah!
Not I. Let me go mark it.
Head, sir. Doubtless.
He is himself alone to answer all the city. Oh, noble fellow. Look, sir.
It's Marcus. Valiant soldier, take convenient numbers to make good the city, whilst I, with those who have the spirit, will haste to help Cominius.
Worthy sir, thou pleadest.
Blood I drop is rather physical than harmful to me. To Albinius I will appear and fight!
Gather together all the officers of the city where they may know our minds. Away! Breathe you, my friends, well fought. We are come off like Romans, neither foolish in our stands nor cowardly in retire. Believe me, sirs, we shall be charged again. Who's yonder that does appear as he were flayed? O gods, he has the stamp of Marcius, and I have before time seen him thus.
Come I too late?
Aye, you come not in the blood of others, but mantled in your own.
We hold Coriola in the name of Rome.
But how prevailed you?
Time servants now? I think not. Are you the lords of the field? Why cease here you till you are?
Marcius, we have a disadvantage fought, and did retire to win our purpose.
I do beseech you. Set me directly against Albinius.
Dare I never deny your asking. Take your choice of those that best can aid your action.
Those are they who are most willing. A certain number, though thanks to all, must I select from all. Rest shall make their business in war, as cause will be obeyed.
I'll fight with none but thee, for I do hate thee.
Hate alike. Fix thy fortune.
May the first man die, the other one slave.
Fly, Marcus, follow me like a hare.
Within these 3 hours, Tullus, alone I have done what work I pleased within your Coriola walls. Do not see me masked within my blood, or in the blood of others.
Thou the Hector, that was the wit of thy fragged progeny, thou shouldst not escape me here.
You have shamed me!
If I should tell thee o'er this thy day's deeds, thou should not believe thine actions. But I'll report it with adult tribunes, that with the fusty plebeians hate thine honor, shall say against their hearts, we thank the gods our Rome hath such a soldier.
Pray now, no more. I have done as you have done. That is what I can. Induced as you have been, that is for our country.
You shall not be the grave of your deserving. Rome must know the value of her own. Of all the horses whereof we have taken good, of all the treasure in this field achieved in city, we render you the 10th.
General, I thank you, but I cannot make my heart consent to take a bribe to pay for my sword. I do refuse it.
Too modest are you, more cruel to your good report than grateful to us that give you truly. Therefore be it known, as to us to all the world, that Gaius Marcius wears this war's garland, and for his deeds this day, let him henceforth be known as Gaius Marcius Coriolanus.
Gaius Marcius Coriolanus!
The augurer tells me we shall have news tonight.
Good or bad?
Not according to the prayer of the people. They love not Marcus. And if they know enormity is Marcius so poor in that you two have not an abundance?
He is poor in no one fault, but stored with all,
Especially in pride.
and topping all others in boasting.
Well, this is strange now. You two know how you were censured in the city? I mean of us, of the right-hand file. Do you?
How are we censured?
Because you talk of pride now. Blame Marcius for being proud.
We do it not alone, sir.
Well, I know you do very little alone, for your helps are many. Else your actions would grow wondrous single. Your abilities are too infant-like for doing very much alone. You talk of pride. Oh, that you could turn your eyes toward the napes of your necks.
Why, what then, sir?
Why, then you would see a race of unmeriting, proud, violent, testy magistrates, alias fools as any in Rome.
Menenius, you were known well enough, too.
I am known to be a humorous patrician, said to be something imperfect in favoring the first complaint. When I speak, what I think, I utter, and I spend all my malice in my breath. If the drink you give me touch my palate adversely, I make a crooked face at it. Yet they lie deadly that tell you you have crooked faces.
Oh, come, sir. Come, we know you well enough.
You know not me nor anything. You are ambitious for the poor knave's caps and legs. When hearing a matter between party and party, you make faces like mummers, set up the bloody flag against all patience, dismiss the controversy bleeding all the more entangled by your hearing, and all the peace you cause is to call both parties knaves. You're a pair of strange ones. Yet you would say Marcius is proud. Not in, your worships. More of your conversation would infect my brain. And being the herdsman of the beastly plebeians, I would be bold to take my leave of me.
Oh, honorable Menenius! Oh, my boy Marcius approaches.
Marcius is coming home. He was wont to come home wounded.
No, he is wounded. I thank the gods for it.
Brings the victory in his pocket.
Oh, on his brows. He comes for the third time home with the oaken garland. The Senate has letters from the general wherein he gives my son the whole name of the war. He hath in this action outdone his former deeds doubly.
God save you. Marcius is coming home, and he has more cause to be proud.
He had before this last expedition 25 wounds on him. Now it's 27, and every gash was an enemy's grave.
Know, Rome, that alone Marcius did fight within Coriolanus walls, where he hath won with fame a name to Caius Marcius. In these honors follow Coriolanus. Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus! Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus!
No more of this. Pray you now. No more. It does offend my heart.
Look, sir, your mother.
You have, I know, petitioned all the gods for my well-being.
Oh, nay, my good soldier. Oh, gentle Marcius. Worthy Gaius. Oh, and my deed achieving name, newly named. Oh, what is it? Coriolanus, must they call thee? Oh, but thy way.
Oh, my gracious silence. Hail. What? Is not it laugh that I come topping home, weep as so, to see me in my triumph? Such faces the widows in Coriola wear, and the widows that lack sons.
Now the gods do crown thee.
And live you yet!
100,000 welcomes. I could weep and I could laugh. I am light and heavy.
Your hand, and yours. The good patricians must be visited, from whom I have received not only greetings, but change of honors.
I have lived to see inherited my very wishes and the buildings of my fancies. Only there's one thing wanting, which I doubt not, but Rome will cast upon thee.
No, mother. I would rather serve Rome in my way than sway it in theirs.
On, to the capital.
All tongues speak of him, such a father.
Sudden, I warrant him consummate.
And our office may during his power go sleep.
He cannot temperately transport his honors.
In that there's comfort.
Doubt not the commoners will forget with the least cause these his new honors.
I heard him swear, were he to stand for consul, never would he appear in the marketplace, nor showing, as the manner is, his wounds to the people, beg their stinking breaths.
I wish no more than to have him hold that purpose. Put it intact.
Tis most like he will.
It will be as our goodwill is sure destruction.
So it must fall out to him or our authorities. We must suggest the people in what hatred he still hath held him. That were to his power he would have made them mules, silenced their pleaders, dispropertied their freedoms, holding them in human action and capacity of no more soul or fitness for this world than camels in a war.
This, as you say, suggested at some time when his soaring insolence shall touch the people, will be the fire to kindle their dry stubble, the blaze, darken him forever.
You are sent for the capital. 'Tis thought that Marcius shall be consul.
Let's to the capital. Carry with us eyes and ears for the time, and hearts for the event.
With you.
There have been many great men that had flattered the people who ne'er loved them. And there be many that the people have loved and know not wherefore. So that if the people love they know not why, they hate upon no better of ground. Therefore, for Coriolanus neither to care whether they love or hate him, manifests the true knowledge he has in their disposition. And through his noble carelessness lets them plainly see.
If he did not care whether he had their love or no, he waved indifferently twixt doing them neither harm nor good. But he seeks their hate with greater devotion than can render it him, and leaves nothing undone that may fully discover him their opposite. No more can. He is a worthy man. Why, they're coming.
To gratify his noble service which was stood for his country. Therefore please you, most reverend and grave elders, to desire the present council. Masters of the people, we do request your kindest honors, and after that your loving motion toward the common body to yield what passes here.
We have hearts inclinable to honor and advance the theme of our assembly.
Which the rather we shall be blessed to do, if he remember a kinder value of the people than he hath hereto prized them at.
That's off. That's off. I would rather you had been silent. Worthy Cominius, speak. Nay, keep your place.
Your Honor's pardon. I'd rather have my wounds heal again than hear say how I received them.
Beware now. He would rather venture all his limbs for honor than one on's ears to hear it. Proceed, Cominius.
At 16 years, he fought beyond the mark of others. Our then dictator saw him fight in that day's feats. He proved best man in the field, and for his meed was browbound with the oak. And in the brunt of 17 battles since, he lurched all swords of the garland. For this last, before and in Coriola, I cannot speak him home. He was a singularly distinctive thing of blood, his every motion timed with dying cry. Alone he entered the mortal gates of the city, and with sudden reinforcement struck Coriola like a planet. Now all's his. Until we called both field and city ours, he never stood to ease his breast with panting.
Worthy man!
Our spoils he kicked at, rewards his deeds with doing them, and is content to spend the time to end it.
He's right noble. Let him be called for. The Senate, Coriolanus, are well pleased to make thee counsel.
I still owe them for my life and services.
It then remains that you do speak to the people.
I do beseech you, let me relieve that custom, for I cannot entreat them. For my wound's sake, for their suffrage, please you that I may pass this doing.
Sir, the people must have their voices, nor will they make one jot of ceremony.
It is a part that I shall blush in the acting to brag of them. Thus I did, and thus to show them my unaching scars, which I should hide, as if I had received them for the hire of their breath only.
Worthy tribunes, we recommend to you our purpose to them, and to our noble council wish we all joy and honor.
To Coriolanus,
All joy and honor.
You see how he intends to use the people.
May they perceive his intent.
Come, let's inform them of our proceedings here.
If he do require our voices, we ought not to deny him.
We may, sir, if we will.
It is a power that we possess. It is a power we have no power how to do. For if he shows us his wounds and tells us his deeds, we must also tell him our noble acceptance of them. For the multitude to be ungrateful were to make a monster of the multitude.
And to make us no better thought of. A little hope will serve. When we stood up about the court, he stuck not to call us the many-headed multitude.
we have been called so of many. And truly, I think if all our wits were to issue out of one skull, they would fly out east, west, north, and south.
Are you all resolved to give your voices?
I say, if he would incline to the people, there was never a worthier man.
What is thy name, sir?
Snub, the joiner.
And thy name? What is thy name?
I'm Wince the tailor.
And thy, sir?
Bottom, the bricklayer.
Age?
Well,
Surely not
what, 39? 39?
Oh, sir, have you not known the worthiest men who've done it?
What must I say?
I pray you, sir.
Plague upon it! I cannot bring my tongue to such a place.
Look, sir, my wounds. I received them in my country service, when some certain of your brethren warred and ran through the sound of our own drums.
Oh, me the God, you must not speak of that! You must desire them to think upon you.
Upon me, I wish they would forget me.
Tomorrow! Speak to them, I pray you, in wholesome manner.
Bid them to wash their faces and keep their teeth clean. You know the reason, sir, for my being here.
We do, sir. Tell us, what hath brought you to it?
Mine own desert, but not mine own desire. No, it was never my desire to beg from the poor.
You must think, if we give you anything, we hope to gain by you.
Well then, your price is a consulship?
Well, the price is to ask it kindly.
Kindly. Well, sir, let me have it. I have wounds to show you, which shall be yours in private. Well, your good voice, sir. What say you?
You shall have it, worthy sir.
I have your arms. Adieu.
This is something odd.
Pray you, that it is in the tune of your voices that I may be consul?
You have done nobly by your country, and you have not done nobly.
Your enigma?
You have been a scourge to her enemies. You have been a rod to her friends. You have indeed not loved the common people.
You should consider me even more virtuous than I have not been common in my love. I will, sir, flatter my sworn brother. The people, to earn a dearer estimation of them, 'tis a condition that they acquire to be gentle. But since the wisdom of their choice is rather to have my hat than my heart, I shall nod to them and be off to them most counterfeitly. Therefore, beseech you, I could be consul.
We hope to find you our friend and give you our voices heartily. You have received many wounds for your country.
I will not seal your knowledge in the showing of them, but I will make much of your voices and so trouble you no further. Why in this wolvish toad must I beg of Hob and Dick? Custom calls me to it. Let the high office and honors go to one that would do us! I'm halfway through. The first part finished. The other I will do. Yes, you will. There you go. More voices! Worthy voices! For your voices I have fought. For your voices bear 24 moons I. For your voices I have seen and heard of battles thrice 6. Indeed, I would be consul.
He has done nobly and cannot go without any honest man's word.
Therefore, let him be consul. The gods give him joy and make him a good friend to the people.
Amen. Amen.
God save thee, noble consul.
Worthy voices! Is this done?
The custom of request you have discharged, the people do admit you and are summoned.
May I change these garments?
You may, sir. How now, my masters? Have you chose this man?
He has our voices, sir.
We pray the gods he may deserve your loves.
Said he had wounds which he could show in private. Would be consul, says he, ancient custom, but by your voices will not permit me, therefore your voices. When we granted this, here was, I thank you for your voices, thank you, most noble voices. Now you've left your voices. I have no further with you. Was not this mockery?
You should have said that as his worthy deeds did claim no less than what he stood for, so his gracious nature should think upon you for your voices and translate his malice towards you into love.
Thus to have said, as you were foreadvised, from him either plucked his gracious promise which you might have held him to, or else it would have galled his surly nature, so putting him to rage that you might have taken advantage of his color and passed him unelected.
Did you perceive that he did solicit you in free contempt when he did need your loves? And do you think that his contempt will not be bruising to you when he hath power to crush?
He's not confirmed. We may deny him yet.
And will deny him. I'll have 500 voices of that sound.
I twice 500, and their friends to peace 'em.
Get you hence instantly and tell those friends they have chose a consul who will take from them their liberties.
Let them assemble and on a sacred judgment all revoke your ignorant election. Say you chose him out of your own true affection and that your minds preoccupied with what you rather must do than what you should made you against the grain to voice him consul.
We will so.
Almost all repent in their election.
Oh, let them go on, if, as his nature is, he fall into a rage at their refusal. Both observe and answer the vantage of his anger.
We will be there before the stream of the people, and this shall seem as partly 'tis their own, which we have goaded onward. Pass no further.
Hath he not passed the noble and the common?
Cominius? No.
Have I had children's voices?
The people are incensed against him.
Stop, or all will fall in broil.
Are these your herd? Must these have voices that can now straight disclaim their tongues?
The people cried, you mocked them, and of late, when corn was given them gratis, you repined, scandaled the suppliants for the people, called them time-pleasers, flatterers, foes to nobleness.
This was known before.
Not to them all.
Tell me of corn. This was my speech, and I will speak it again.
No, not
You speak of the people as if you were a god to punish, not a man of their infirmities.
'Twere well we let the people know it.
Were I as patient as the midnight sleep, 'twould be my mind.
It is a mind that shall remain a poison where it is, not poison any further.
Shall remain. Hear you this Triton of the menus? Hear you his absolute shall?
Why? Shall the people give one who speaks thus their voices?
I'll give you my reasons. More worthy than their voices. They knew the corn was not our recompense. Resting well assured, they ne'er did service for it. Being pressed to the war, even when the navel of the state was touched, they would not tread the gates. This kind of service did not deserve corn gratis. The accusation often made against the Senate, all cause unborn, could never be the motivation for our so frank donation. Well, what then? How should this besson multitude digest the Senate's courtesy? Let words be what it's like to express their deeds.
We demand it. We are the greater poll, and
And in true fear, they gave us our demands. Thus we debase the nature of our seats, and let the rabble call our cares fears. Therefore, you who are less fearful in the street, you who deserve and long for a noble life before a long one, you who love the fundamental part of the states more than you doubt the change of it. I want to rip out the multitudinous tongue!
Manifest treason!
This a council? No.
Let him be apprehended.
For the people in whose name myself attached thee as a traitorous innovator, a foe to the public weal, I charge thee obey and follow to thine answer.
Hence, rotten thing, or I shall shake thy bones from thy garments!
On both sides, more respect!
Hell, ye citizens!
Here's he who would take from you all your liberties. Seize him!
Down with him!
Down with him!
What work is here? Is this well done? What work is here? Down with it!
Coriolanus, patience. Speak, good Zucchinius.
You are at a point to lose all your liberties. Marcius would have all from you. Marcius, whom of late you had named for consul.
This is the way to kindle, not to quench. To unbuild the city of men on flight.
What is the city but the people?
True, the people are the city.
By the consent of all, we were established the people's magistrates.
You so remain.
This deserves death!
We do here pronounce upon the part of the people in whose power we were elected theirs. Marcius is worthy of present death.
Therefore lay hold of him and bear him to the rock Tarpeian, and from thence into destruction cast him.
Seize him!
Yield, Marcius, yield! Yield, Marcius, yield!
Hear me but one word! I beseech you, tribunes, hear me but one word! These are to see truly your country's friends, and temperately proceed to what would thus violently redress.
Sir, those cold ways that seem like prudent helps are very poisonous, for the disease is violent. Lay hands upon him and bear him to the rock!
Yield!
No! I'll die here! There's some among you that may have witnessed me in battle. Come, try what you can from me!
Down with us! Tribunes, withdraw a while!
Down with him!
No! Get to your house! All of you on house, be gone! Away!
Stand fast. We have as many friends as enemies.
Shall it be put to that? The gods forbid.
On fair ground, I could have taken 40 of them.
I myself could take up a brace of the best of them, yea, the 2 tribunes.
One time will owe another.
It's as if they were Romans, littered, but barbarians. They are not Romans, they are barbarians, though they were born in Rome, though calved in the porch of the capital.
Withdraw a while. This must be patched with cloth of any color. This man has marked his fortune. His nature is too noble for the world.
Here he is!
Here's goodly work.
I would they were a bed!
Why would they wear a tiger? What of vengeance could he not speak unfair?
Why do you wish me milder? Why have me play false? Why not say, play the man that I am?
Well, you might have been enough the man you are if you not showed them how you were disposed. Pray, just be counseled. I have a heart as little apt as yours, but yet a brain that leads my use of anger to better vantage.
What must I do?
Return to the tribunes.
Well, what then? What then?
Repent what you have spoke.
To them? I could not do it before the gods. How can I do it to them?
You are too absolute. I have heard you say honor and policy, like unsevered friends in the war to grow together. If it be honor in your wars to seem the same, you are not, which for your best ends you adopt your policy. How is it less or worse that it holds companionship in peace with honor as in war, since as to both it stands in like request? Now this no more dishonors you at all than to take it to town with gentle words, which also put you to your fortune in the hazard of much blood. I would dissemble with my nature where my fortune and my friends at stake required. I should do so in honor. I prithee now, my son, go to them, thy knee bussing the stones. For in such business, action is eloquence, and the eyes of the ignorant more learned than the ears. Say to them, thou art their soldier, and being bred in broils is not the soft way, which thou dost confess were fit for thee to use as they to claim. And asking their good loves, but thou wilt frame thyself forsooth, hereafter theirs, so far as thou hast power and person. Go, and be ruled.
'Tis fit you make strong party, or else defend yourself by calmness or by absence. All's in anger.
I prithee now, sweet son. Thou hast first said, my praises made thee first a soldier. So, to have my praise for this, perform a part thou hast not done before. To beg of thee, it is my more dishonor than thou of them. I'll do as thy list. Thy valiantness was mine, thou suckest it from me. Oh, but oh, thy pride thyself.
Pray, be content, mother. I'll go back to them. I'll mountebank their hearts. I'll clog their hearts from them. I will come back, most beloved of the trades of Rome. Look, I am going. Commend me to my wife. I will return consul, or never trust the way of my tongue in flattery further.
Away, the tribunes do attend you. Arm yourself to answer mildly, for they are prepared with accusations more strong than those that are upon you yet.
Let them accuse me by invention. I will answer in my own honor.
Aye, but mildly.
Mildly. Mildly. So be it then. Mildly.
Presently the people hither, and when they hear me say it shall be so in the right and strength of the commons, be it for fine, death, or banishment. If I say fine, cry fine. If I say death, cry death.
And when such time they have begun to cry, let them not cease, but with a din confused, enforce the present execution of that we chance to sentence.
Come, let me beseech you. Draw near, ye people.
Am I to be charged no further than this present?
I do demand, if you submit you to the people's voices, allow their officers, and are content to suffer such lawful censure as shall be proved upon you.
I am content.
Lo, citizens, he says he is content.
What is the matter that being passed full voice for consul, I am so dishonored that in the very hour you take it off again?
We charge thee that you have contrived to take from Rome all seasoned office, to wind yourself into a power tyrannical for which you are a traitor to the people.
Traitor to the people?
Temperately, your promise.
The hells fall in the people. Thou injurious tribune! I would say thou liest with a voice as free as I pray to the gods.
Mark you this, people. To the rock! To the rock!
Peace! We need not lay new matter to his charge. What you have seen him do and heard him speak, cursing your officers, beating yourselves, opposing laws with strokes, and here defying those whose great power must try him. Even this so criminal and capital kind deserves the extremest death.
For that he has, as much as in him lies, time and again envied against the people, seeking means to plunk away their power, and now, at last, has given hostile strokes, not in the presence of dreaded justice, but on the ministers that do distribute it, in the people's name. And the power of us, the tribunes, I do hereby, from this instant, banish him our city, never more to enter our Roman gates. In the people's name I say, it shall be so.
It shall be so. It shall be so. Hear me, my masters, and my common
He's
friends.
sentenced. There's no more hearing.
There's no more to be said, but he is banished as enemy to the people and his country. It shall be so.
It shall be so. It shall be so. It shall be so. It shall be so. It shall be so. It shall be so.
You common cry of curs, I banish you. Have the power still to banish your defenders, till at length some nation comes that takes you as captive and has won you without blows. Despising for you the city, thus I turn my back on you. There is a world elsewhere.
Now that we have shown our power, let us seem humbler after it was done than when it was due.
Their great enemy is gone, and they stand in their ancient strength.
Dismiss them home.
What would you, friend?
Whence are you?
Here's no place for you. Pray, go to the door.
I deserve no better entertainment than being Coriolanus.
Has the porter his eyes in his head that he gives entrance to such companions? Pray get you out.
Away.
Away? Get you away.
Now thou art troublesome.
Are you so brave? I'll have you talked with anon. What fellow is this? As strange one as ever I looked on. I cannot get him to leave the house. Oh, prithee call my master to him. What business have you to do here? Get you from the house.
I shall not harm your heart.
What? You will not.
Prithee tell my master what a strange guest he has here.
And I shall.
Where is this fellow?
Here, sir. I'd have beaten him like a dog, but for fear of disturbing the nobles within.
Whence comest thou? What wouldst thou? Thy name?
If, Tullus, not yet thou knowest my name, seeing me, not think me for the man I am. The necessity demands that I name myself.
I know thee not. Thy name?
My name is Caius Marcus, who hath done to thee particularly, and to all the Volscians, great harm and mischief. There to witness my surname, Coriolanus. That is all I have left. The cruelty and the envy of the Roman people hath devoured the rest. Now this extremity hath brought me here to your harm. In mere spite, to be full quit of those my banishers, stand I before thee here. Speed ye quick. Let my misery serve thy turn. For I would fight against my cankered country with the heart of all of the underfiends. But if so be thou darest not this, then I present my throat to thee in thy ancient malice. Oh, Marcus.
Each word that thou hast spoke hath weeded from my heart a root of ancient envy. We have power afoot, and I had purpose once more to hew thy target from thy brawn, or lose mine arm for it. Let's go take our friendly senators by the hand, who are now here taking their leaves of me, who are prepared against your territories. Thou must have the leading of thine own revenges. Take thou the one half of my commission, and set down as best thou art experienced, since thou knowest thy country's strengths and weaknesses, thine own ways, whether to rudely knock against the gates of Rome, or visit them in parts remote to fright them, and destroy your hand. Ha! Most welcome. Ha!
Hail, sir.
Hail to you both.
Your Coriolanus is not much missed. The Commonwealth doth stand.
All's well. It might have been much better if he could have temporized.
The gods preserve you both.
Good den, our neighbors.
Good den to you all. Good den to you all.
Ourselves, our wives and children on their knees are bound to pray for you both.
Live and thrive.
We wished Coriolanus had loved you as we did.
This is a happier and more comely time than when these fellows ran about the streets crying confusion.
Now, Gaius Marcius was a worthy officer in the war, but insolent and full of pride, ambitious past all thinking, self-loving,
And affecting one sole throne without assistance.
I think not so.
We should by this to all our lamentation found it so if he had gone forth consul.
The gods have well prevented it, and Rome sits safe and still without it.
The nobles in great earnestness are leaving all for the Senate House. Some news has come that turns our countenances. It is spoke freely out of many mouths. How probable I do not know. That Marcius, George the Phidias, leads a power against Rome and vows revenge as spacious as between the youngest and oldest Spain.
This is most likely only raised that the weaker sort may wish good Marcius home again.
Very truculent.
You are called forth to the Senate. A fearful army led by Caius Marcius, associated with Aufidius, rages upon our territories, and have already are borne their way, consumed with fire, until what lay before them.
You have made good work.
What news? What news? If Marcus should be going to...
He is their god. He leads them like a thing made by some other deity than nature. And they follow him with no less confidence than boys pursuing summer butterflies or butchers killing flies.
You have made good work. You and your apron men. You that stood so much in the voice of occupation and the breath of garlic eaters. You are they that made the air unwholesome when you cast your stinking greasy caps in hooting and Coriolanus' exile. Now he's coming. As many of you threw caps up, will he tumble down and pay you for your voices?
Well, for my own part, when I said that, I share my sense was finished.
And so did I, and to say the truth, so did very many of us. Though we willingly consented to his banishment, yet it was against our wills.
Ye goodly things, you voices.
You have made good work. South to the capital.
Oh, aye. What else?
Good neighbors, get you to your homes. Go to your homes, be not dismayed, and show no sign of fear.
I ever said we were in the wrong to have banished him.
So did we all, but come, let's hope.
We do not like this news.
Nor I.
Let's to the capital. Would half my wealth but buy this for a lie.
We are all undone, unless the noblemen have mercy.
Aye, but who will ask it?
You heard what he has said, which was sometimes his general.
He would not seem to know me. Coriolanus he would not answer to. Forbade all names. He was a kind of nothing, titleless, till he had forged himself a name o'er the fire of burning Rome. I offered to awaken his regard for his former friends. His answer to me was, that he could not stay to pick them from a pile of noisome, musty chaff. He said 'twas folly for one poor grain or two to remain unburnt, and still to nose the offense.
One poor grain or two. I am one of those. His wife, his mother, his child, this brave fellow too. We are the grains. You are the musty chaff. We must be burnt for you!
Nay, pray be patient. If you refuse your aid in this so never needed help, yet do not upbraid with our distress. If you would be your country's leader, your good tongue, more than the instant army we could make, might stop our countrymen.
No, I'll not meddle.
Pray you, go to him.
What should I do?
Only make what trial your love may do for Rome towards Marcus.
I'll undertake it. I think he'll hear me. Speak how it will, I shall ere long have knowledge of my success.
They'll never hear him.
Stay, sir. Whence are you?
I am an officer of the state, and come to speak with Coriolanus.
From whence?
From Rome.
You may not pass. You must return. Our general will no more hear from thence.
If you have heard your general speak of Rome and of his friends there, my name has passed your ears. It is Menenius.
Be it so. Go back. The virtue of your name is not here passing.
And pretty fellow, remember my name is Menenius. Always factionary on the part of the general.
You are from Rome?
I am, as thy general is.
Then you should hate Rome as he does. Can you, when you have pushed from its gates the very defenders of them, think that you confront his revenge with the palsied intersection of a decaying dotant, as you seem to be? No, you're mistaken. Therefore go back and prepare for your execution. Our general has sworn you from any reprieve or pardon.
My captain knew
My
I was
captain
here.
knows you not.
I mean thy general!
My general loves you not. Now back!
Nay, but
Your blood!
back!
Back!
Now I shall say an errand for you. Now you shall see that I am in estimation. Now you shall know that a Jack Garden should not office be from my son, Coriolanus. Behold thou presently, and swoon for what's about to come upon thee. My son, thou art preparing fire for us. Being assured that none but myself could move thee, I have been blown out of your gates with sighs and conjure thee to pardon Rome.
Away.
How? Away?
Another word, Menenius. I will not hear.
You see this one? Tullus was once my best friend in Rome. Yet thou beholdest.
Keep a constant temper.
Now, sir, is your name Menenius? 'Tis a spell you see of much power. You know the way home. Do you hear how we are shent for keeping your greatness back?
What cause you think I had to swoon?
I neither care for the world nor your general. Let your general do his worst. I say to you as I was said. Away.
A noble fellow, I wonder to.
This last old fellow was my beloved of Rome. I sent him home, cracked heart. He was their last refuge. Nay, out affection. All bond of privilege break. I will never be such a gosling. I will never be such a gosling again, but stand as if a man were his own, and knew no other king.
My lord and husband,
These eyes are not the same as I wore in Rome.
sorrow that delivers us thus changed makes you think so.
Like a dull actor now. I forgot my part, and I am put full disgrace.
Best of my flesh, forgive my tyranny. For this do not say, forgive our Romans. What? Your knees to me? To your corrected son?
Your niece, Sarah.
That's my brave boy.
Even he, your wife, and myself are suitors to you.
Peace! Seek not, bid not for me to send my soldiers from Rome. Seek not to allay my rages and revenges with Rome's mechanics.
No more. No more. You have said you will not grant us anything. For we have nothing else to ask but that which you deny already. Yet we will ask that if you fail in our request, the blame may hang upon your hardness. Therefore, hear us.
We'll hear not of Rome in private. Your request?
Think with thyself. How more unfortunate than all living women are we come hither, since that thy sight, which should make our eyes flow with joy, hearts dance with comforts, constrains them weep and shake with fear and sorrow, making the mother, wife, and child to see the son, the husband, and the father tearing his country's bowels out. Thou powerest us our prayers to the gods. Alas, how can we for our country pray, whereto we are bound? Together with thy victory, whereto we are bound. For we must lose our country, our dear nurse, or else thy person. Comfort in the country. We must find an evident calamity, though we had our wish which side should win. For either thou must, as a foreign recreant, be led with manacles through our streets, or else, triumphant, tread upon our country's ruin, and bear the palm for having bravely shed thy wife and children's blood.
I'll run away to my bear, but then I'll fight.
I've said too long.
Nay, go not from us thus. If it were so that our request did tend to save the Romans, thereby to destroy the Volscians whom you serve, you might condemn us as poisonous of your honor. No. Our suit is that you reconcile them. While the Volscians may say this mercy we have showed, the Romans, this we received, and each and either side give them all hail to thee, and be blessed for making up this peace. Thou knowest, great son, the end of war is uncertain, but this certain, that if thou conquer Rome, the benefit which thou shalt thereby reap is such a name, whose repetition will be dogged with curses, whose chronicle thus wit the man was noble, but with his last attempt he wiped it out. He destroyed his country, and his name remains to the ensuing age abhorred. Speak to me, son. Thinkest thou it honorable for a noble man still to remember wrongs? Say my requests unjust, and spurn me back. But if it be not so, thou art not honest. and the gods will plague thee, that thou restrainest from me the duty which to a mother's part belongs. Thou art my warrior. I helped to frame thee. He turns away. Oh, down. Oh, let us shame him with our knees. To his surname Coriolanus belongs more pride than pity to our prayers. Oh, down. This is an end. So we'll home to Rome and die among our neighbors. Let us go. This fellow had a Volscian to his mother. His wife is in Corioli, and his child like him by chance. Yet give us our dispatch. I am hushed until our city be afire.
Mother. You have won a noble victory for Rome. And for your son, believe it. Oh, believe it. Most dangerously have you prevailed with him, if not most mortal. But let it come. Aufidius, although I cannot make true wars, I will frame convenient peace. Could you have heard a mother less?
I was moved, Lord.
I dare be sworn you were.
I am glad thou hast set thy mercy and thine honor a difference in thee. Out of that, I'll make myself a former fortune.
What peace you'll make, advise me, for I will not to Rome. I will return with you. Ladies, you deserve to have a temple built to you. For not all of Rome's swords and all of her Confederate arms could have made this peace.
See you yon square in the Capitol, yon cornerstone.
Why? What of that?
If it be possible for you to displace it with your little finger, there is some hope the ladies of Rome, especially his mother, may prevail with him, but I say there's no hope of it.
He loved his mother dearly.
So did he me, and he no more remembers his mother. When he walks, he moves like an engine, and the ground shrinks before his tread. What he bids be done is finished with his bidding. He wants nothing of a god, but eternity in the heaven to throne in.
The gods be good unto us.
No, in such a case, the gods will not be good unto us. When we banished him, we respected him not. Now he returning to break our necks, they respect not us.
Sir, if you save your life, fly to your home. The plebeians have your fellow tribune and hail her up and down, all swearing. If the Roman ladies bring not comfort home, they'll have her death by inches.
Good news, good news. The ladies have prevailed, the Volscians are dislodged, and Mark is gone.
Art thou certain that this is true? Art thou most certain?
As certain as I know the sun is fire.
This is good news. I will go meet the ladies. This Volumnia is worthy of councils, senators, patricians, a city and land full of tribunes such as you. You have prayed well today. This morning, for 10,000 of your throats, I'd have not given a doit.
First, the gods bless you for your tidings. Next, accept my thankfulness.
We have all great cause to give thanks.
Most noble sir, if you do hold that same intent wherein you wished us parties, we'll deliver you from your great danger.
We must proceed as we do find the people.
The people will remain uncertain, whilst twixt you there's a difference. The fall of one makes the survivor heir of all.
I know it. And my pretext to strike at him admits a good construction. He came unto my hearth, presented to my knife his throat. I took him, made him joint servant with me, gave him his way in all his own desires, served his designments in mine own person, took some pride to do myself this wrong, till at the last I seemed his follower, not partner. He waged me with his countenance as if I had been mercenary, and at the last, at a few drops of women's rheum, he sold the blood and lure of our actions. Therefore shall he die, and I'll renew me in his fall.
What faults he made before the last, I think, would have found easy fines. But there to end where he was to begin, giving away the benefit of our levies, answering us with our own charge, making a treaty where there was a yielding. This admits no excuse.
Hail, great lords! I am returned, no more infected with my country's love than when I left hence. And I am still in your great service. Behold, I have returned from Rome after leading your wars through great and bloody passage. Our spoils that we have brought home do more than triple the charge of it. And I come to you, having brought with the shame of Rome and the honor to you, a treaty signed by the consuls, patricians, with the seal of the Senate.
Read it not, noble lords, but tell the traitor how he hath abused your power.
Traitor, how?
I, traitor, Marcius.
Marcius?
I, Marcius. Gaius Marcius. Dost thou think I'll grace thee with that robbery? That stolen name, Coriolanus, him Corioli? You lords and heads of the state, perfidiously hath he abused your powers, and given up for certain drops of salt your city Rome. I say your city to his wife and mother. He whined and roared away your victory.
Hearest thou, Mars?
Enough the god, thou boy of tears.
Boy. Oh, slave. See, lords, the man before you. He has to bear with him the shame of having been bested by me on the field many a time. He bears my marks upon him. Do what thou wilt. Come to me, Volscians. Stain all your edges on me. Know this. It was I who fluttered you, Volscians and Coriola, and I did it alone, boy.
My lords, why will you be put in mind of his blind fortune, which was your shame? Kill him. this city he hath widowed and unchilded many a one. Yet shall he have a noble memory. Persist.
You were used to fill me with precepts that would make the heart invincible to conduct. Behold, the sky looks up. Gods who look down. And they laugh at this unnatural scene.